Hello. This is a very quick training and it's very important because the title is Why Do People Buy? Right? Absolutely crucial. Um, I cannot stress that if you get this bit wrong, you are going to be trying to sell something that just has not got that human desire to actually take the effort to buy it from you. Okay, you cannot create desire, you can only take what people want and channel it towards you, and that's what this training is all about. So if you're having struggling to get your ads working properly, if your site's not converting properly, if the messaging, the copy, the creatives you're using, if all of that is kind of going wrong, or even if it's not perfect, so even if you think it's perfect, right, this is for you. And this is why people buy. Okay. And it all links back to something that if you've never been exposed to before, I'm going to go through. It's called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And Maslow suggested that these following things take place and are needed for humans to be happy and to feel accomplished in life. And it works its way up from the ground. Okay. Now, the most basic is that we need physiological needs, which is pretty obvious, right? We need to be able to survive. So, our primary mechanism always in life is going to be survival. For that to happen, we need air, food, shelter, all those kind of safety. And then we moved up to the next one, which is where we need to feel safe, right? So, the first thing we'll do is no matter what the circumstances are, as a human being, we'll always try and get ourselves to the point where we can survive. And that's what the physiological needs are. Safety needs do feed into that, though, because if we're unhealthy, we're not safe and survive. If we've not got resources, if we're not employed. So, this is more of a modern context employment. Personal security. So, if you had a product that was helping people feel more secure and safe, right? So, if it's something to do with your home, keeping your home feeling safe, for example, you would be tapping into one of the most human needs, which is a really potentially easier point to angle from. And as we go up this pyramid, it becomes more challenging and more complex to be able to target people and to be able to get them to buy and to be able to get them to do things with us. Because as we go up, we've got this sense of love and belonging, right? So most people in the Western world have got the bottom two pretty much like catered for. The next one, love and belonging, is where we can really start to market into, right? So if you, for example, are selling clothing, apparel, and people want to look good, right? And they don't want to look good just because of the act of looking good or wearing the clothing itself. They want to feel loved and they want to feel like they belong. And the clothing and what they wear feeds into that, right? So you are not selling the clothing, you are selling this love and belonging. And the quicker you get your head around that, the better this is all going to work out for you, because they're the angles that make people really get emotionally connected to what you're doing and get them to check out and buy. We've then got esteem and self-actualization. So self-actualization is like, imagine that somebody is not had their intellectual knowledge furnished in the way that they want to be. They feel like they can become something. The esteem thing is a really big one. All right. So, when somebody goes out and buys a new car, for instance, it's probably something to do with self-esteem, potentially love and belonging. And you might not think that straight away, but the truth is, a car's a car, right? In essence of what it is, it's a piece of metal with wheels and it drives from A to B. But look, if it's a Ferrari, it makes us look a different status. It gives us a different sense of recognition. It might even bring us love. It might make us feel like we belong to a different echelon, a different part of society. It's all relevant to your marketing. And this is the thing that you might be missing out on to get your business from where it is to that next level. All right. People arguably only buy things based on identity. Everything they do is about their identity. Okay. And your advertising language, which isn't just like paid ads, it should all be channeling towards this specific person with this specific thought or feeling. And so knowing what they want, and this is where people talk about avatars and what does your ideal customer look like? This is why it's so important. Because if you don't know, how are you going to call them out? And how are you going to get them to actually take notice? So down here, for one of the brands we're working with, Strut, ladies boutique fashion. All right, got a very simple kind of piece of copy crafted out that calls them out, gives them a reason to look and to give a crap and to actually pay attention. It tells them what they're all about. What is the value? What's the offer in terms of what we give you, right? Nothing to do with the close. It's empowerment, confidence. And then we're saying, this is why you should click through, right? 20% off and a free, whatever. Okay. Just an example, but it's so relevant, guys. Okay. And what I've done is broken down the Maslow's hierarchy into primary and secondary human wants, right? And I'm not going to sit and talk about all of this at you, but if you want this file sharing with you, I can send that over. So just let me know, because it's well worth going back to and thinking. The bottom line is, if I have not rooted my advertising and my messaging within these, then chances are I'm not going to hit the nerve and get the sale. I'm not going to be able to translate what I'm saying into a confident purchase. So quickly skimming over these, the primary ones are the ones we need for survival, the bottom two edging into the third, and then the secondary ones are the things we want for pleasure. Okay. And well-being, when we enhance it and take it to that next step, is about pleasure. All humans want to be loved. You know, it's a basic human trait. I'm not going to just keep going on at these, because you can delve in and look at them all. Just pause the video if you want, have a look. Status and recognition is what we do things for. We only take action based on status and recognition. Really think about what humans do, okay? And this is the key, all right? This is the magic key to everything, to your website, to your branding. You know, our 3-step model, attract, activate, amplify, this fits into it, because you have to be able to attract people with this messaging. You have to be able to activate them to making a purchase from you with messaging that's linked to this. And you have to be able to amplify that by keeping that going. So I hope that was helpful. If you've not yet come across this, spend time studying it, because everything that people are doing is based on this model. Right. Have a great week. See you all soon.